Welcome to Labor Max Staffing. Today we will be covering the rules and regulations for working at SK Food Group, otherwise known as the GMPs. SK Food Group is a food manufacturing plant. The production room itself is 36 degrees. Dressing appropriately is mandatory at SK Food Group. Layers are recommended to keep you nice and warm in this working environment. There are some exceptions. No furs or down trimmings on any of your clothing, scarves, or shoes. No bejewels on any kind of your clothing. This is to protect the food from any foreign objects. Shifts. There are 2 shifts at SK Food Group that are available. The day shift, employees must present themselves and line up between 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. for the 10-hour shift. The first shift starts at 6 a.m. It is a first-come, first-served basis. On the night shift, employees must present themselves and line up between 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is an 8-hour shift. Second shift starts at 4 p.m. There will be instances when some employees will be sent home. This is only because SK Food Group may have mechanical problems and the lights will be shut down. Other instances might involve unaccounted for employees, as well as too few employees to run the lines. In an incident like this, all employees are welcome to call the office that morning and put their names on our available list for the day to work somewhere else. Scheduling. It is very important that you call each day to confirm that you will be at SK Food Group to work. If you don't confirm for your shift, you will not be allowed to work. For the day shift, employees must call between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. of the night before to confirm they will be working the next morning. For the night shift, employees must call between 11 and 1 of the day of to confirm they will be working that night. If you confirm for work, you are expected to show up. Labor Max Staffing has a strict attendance policy for SK Food Group. This policy is included in your packets. For the first offense on a no-call, no-show, employees will be written up. For the second offense on a no-call, no-show, employees will be given written notification of a pay deduction for 60 days. Your on-site manager will cover this more in depth after orientation. Time clock. Clocking in and clocking out is very important at SK Food Group. This will ensure that your paychecks are accurate each and every single week. Before clocking in and out, you must see your on-site representative to sign in your time and also sign out your time. Please don't clock in prior to seeing your rep. Allow only a 7-minute grace period window in between sign in and clock in, as well as sign out and clock out. Make sure your times are correct. Any inaccuracy will affect your paycheck. The time clock has 2 buttons and is simple and easy to use. There is a green button that says in/yes and a red button that says out and no. You are required to have a PIN number. Your PIN number is and always will be the last 4 of your Social Security number. To clock in, you need to press the green button, then enter your PIN, and press the green once more to confirm. You are now clocked in. To clock out, press the red button, enter the last 4 of your Social Security number, and the green to confirm. If someone else's name comes up when you enter your PIN number, it's okay. Many of you have the same last 4 and it's not a conflict at all. Just remember to press the no/out button and wait for a clear space or your name or until your name comes up. And as always, if you have any problems at all, please ask your on-site representative. They are there to help you with any problems. Payday. Your on-site manager will review this topic more after the video. Checks are available in the Labor Max Staffing office during regular office hours. Our pay week starts from Saturday and ends on Friday. Employee entrance. The employee entrance is on the side of the building on the right side of HR. Please do not knock on the door to try and get someone's attention on the inside. You are to line up and wait for the representative to let you in the warehouse. You are not allowed to piggyback, meaning that you cannot follow anyone into the warehouse or allow anyone to come in that is not a LaborMax employee. No one is allowed to hold the door open for anyone or prop it open when you leave so you can get back in. This is a safety hazard. If your representative isn't there to open the door and you are waiting, you are to call the office and we can reach the on-site representative to let you in. Smoking. Smoking is allowed only on your breaks in the smoking area only. The smoking area is located right next to the fenced-in area right by the nitrogen cylinders. Please do not throw away your cigarette butts on the ground. They belong in the receptacle only. Before leaving the building, please make sure to always remove all equipment before exiting the facility. This includes hairnets, beer nets, smocks, boots, and any other PPE that's only designated for the production room. Please do not smoke in front of the employee entrance, and do not light your cigarette when walking out the employee entrance door. Also remember, spitting is not okay in the smoking area. Safety and health. Your safety and health is LaborMax staffing #1 priority. The facilities are always clean, well lit, and marked properly for your safety. Personal responsibility. We will provide you with your first pair of safety glasses. They are your sole responsibility. Please keep them safe at all times. They are a $2 deduction and replacements are also $2. Your safety glasses are part of your PPE, and you must have them with you if you want to work that day. Think of it as your ticket in through the door. We train you to work safely and responsibly, but the one most responsible for your safety is always you. Discrimination and Sexual Harassment Policy Statement. In keeping with the spirit and intent of federal and state law, LaborMax strives to provide a comfortable work environment. We are committed to a workplace that is free of discrimination and harassment based on race, color, religion, age, sex, national origin, disability, or any other protected status. Offensive or harassing behavior will not be tolerated against any employee. This policy will be extended to vendors, customers, and others who enter our workplace. In addition, those in a supervisory or managerial position will be responsible for taking proper action to end such behavior in their work areas. No employee of this company is exempt from this policy. I understand that harassment is considered a form of employee misconduct. Disciplinary action, up to and including termination, will be taken against any employee engaging in this type of behavior. Any supervisor or manager who has knowledge of such behavior yet takes no action to end it is also subject to disciplinary action. I have read this policy statement and I understand the content of the material presented. I agree to comply with LaborMax policies of no sexual harassment in the workplace. LaborMax staffing has a zero tolerance level for any kind of harassment or discrimination of any sort. Anyone participating in any such events will be automatically DNR'd from LaborMax staffing and SK Food Group. Know your safety rules. Your cardinal rules are easy and simple and very, very important. Gross violation will be held accountable. The observation process will cease and progressive discipline will start. The violations will include, but are not limited to, the following areas of focus: lockout tagout for authorized users, forklift operation, standing on or stepping over a running conveyor belt, bypassing safety features without leadership approval, running throughout the facility, horseplay, standing or riding on elevators, and non-compliance in handling and using blades and knives. Read and follow all your safety signs. Pay attention to your surroundings and always be safe and courteous to others. Dangerous hazardous chemicals. Danger, do not enter. Authorized personnel only. Notice, safety glasses required. Emergency kit locations. Emergency kits are provided by Cintas and they are mounted on the walls throughout the facility. Please only use what you need and don't take any more. Know your evacuation routes. Each door is marked and there's always a map provided for you in case of emergencies. If you can't find your emergency exit doors or maps, please always ask your on-site rep or manager. You are responsible for reporting any kind of injuries immediately to your immediate supervisor and on-site manager. You must fill out our injury reports as soon as something happens to you. We want all of our employees to be safe and healthy on the job site at all times. Please talk to your on-site manager if you don't feel good or even if you just have a cut on your finger. Eye wash stations. The eye wash stations contains a saline solution that will help neutralize any kind of chemical that may have come in contact with your skin. We don't know how chemicals will react with water, so it's best to always use the eye wash station. Use the eye wash station as well to clear out any foreign debris from your eyes. At SK Food Group, the MSDS book is available for everyone's use. MSDS stands for Material Safety Data Sheet. It is a folder containing a list of all chemicals that are used in the plant. It has every piece of information that we may need in case of a spill. How to treat it, how to clean it up, what it looks like, and what it may react with. We at LaborMax Staffing discourage any horseplaying or running through the facility. Always use the provided walk paths at SK Food Group. Always make sure to shuffle your feet on wet surfaces to avoid any accidents. The SK Shuffle is required on all wet surfaces. Always use the pedestrian doors and never material handling doors. Pedestrian doors are smaller and look just like regular doors. Material handling doors are much bigger, and the only thing going through them is a forklift. Always be aware of your surroundings. Report all safety hazards immediately. And always remember that forklifts have the right of way each and every single time. It is easier for you to see them than for them to see you. Always handle all cutting implements properly. Wear cutting-resistant gloves when handling knives and sharp objects. Always use a blade carrier and dispose of blades properly. You are responsible for reporting any kind of hazardous situations. You must use the emergency stop button immediately if you see someone or something caught in the pinch points of the conveyor belt. At SK Food Group, some lines use an ice cream scooper for product. They are used for measuring the products such as potato salad, pesto, and salsa. You are using them so quickly that the scoopers may break. If a scooper breaks, you must hold on to as much debris as possible with your hand and yell out, "Stop the line." This will alert anyone that there are foreign objects on the food, and it must be checked by a supervisor to make sure the food is safe for consumption. We encourage you to practice a safe working environment. Know your equipment. Always check for your power switch, cycle stop, e-stop, and always watch for the pinch points. Some of the machines that you will be operating will be compactors, slicers, pressure washers. Work together as a team and look out for the safety of your coworkers. And remember that we are all in the same boat. Basically, like we all know in here, play nice in the sandbox. Safety is our #1 priority. We want you to always be safe. The GMPs are the good manufacturing practices. The GMPs are extremely important, and a violation of a GMP will automatically put you in the DNR list. According to the GMPs, none of these items are allowed to be in the production room. No cell phones, with the exception for management. No MP3 players, iPods or iPads. No food, no long nails, no candy, cough drops or gum. No watches, no sunglasses, no fake nails. No jewelry with the exception of a solid wedding band. No toothbrushing allowed in the building. No body jewelry, no cigarettes, no caps, no nail polish, no false eyelashes, no shaving in the restroom, no makeup in your pockets, no loose change, no pills or prescriptions or over-the-counter medicine, no lip gloss or chapstick, and please, no bathing and cleaning yourselves in the restroom. The good manufacturing practices always start with dressing appropriately for the job area. No furs or down trimmings on boots, jackets, or sweatshirts. Boots, hairnets, beard nets, safety glasses, and smocks. Wash your hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. Sanitize your hands and change and sanitize your gloves frequently and between different activities. For example, changing from eggs to bacon or after working on equipment. Do not pick up any items that fall in the production room without sanitizing. Nothing is to enter the production room inside your pockets, with the exception of keys and wallet. Avoid touching your face, clothing, or any non-food contact surface with your gloves. Make sure that you are completely suited before leaving the smock area. Hairnets on, smock snapped, and safety glasses on. Any kind of food or beverage should be kept in the break room. At SK Food Group, temps are not allowed to use the lockers. The lockers are designated for SK employees alone. We ask that you leave anything of value at home or in your cars. You can bring a backpack and put it on the shelves, but make sure that you use a lock on the zipper to avoid any kind of incidents. SK hired through us. Treat this as if you're in a working interview. Getting dressed for the job area. Boots. Check the bottoms of your boots to make sure that you have a good, solid tread. If the tread is gone, please hand them over to your rep and grab a new pair of boots from the locker. Hairnets. We use the yellow hairnets on top and underneath of any kind of hairwear. That's including hoodies. Even if you're not wearing the hoodie, you must either tuck it in or put a hairnet on the hood itself. Drawstrings are to be tied and tucked away. Beard nets. Gentlemen are to wear beard nets at all times while in the production room. Glasses. Always check your glasses to make sure that you can see properly from them. Check them for scratches and breaks, and if they are damaged, please contact your rep immediately. Smocks. Always proceed to the smock room after being instructed to do so. Grab the appropriate smock that best fit you and make sure that every single button is fully fastened. Then proceed to the production room. Within the production room, you must wash your hands for a minimum of 20 seconds. Sing the happy birthday song 2 times to fully sanitize your hands, or even sing the ABC once. First, wet your hands. Second, apply solution and scrub for at least 15 seconds. Third, scrub back of hands, wrist, between fingers, and underneath fingernails. Fourth, rinse your hands. Fifth, turn off water levers using your elbows. And sixth, dry with the paper towels. After putting on the proper attire, wash your hands for 20 seconds, dry hands with paper towels, apply hand sanitizer, wash boots for 10 seconds, put on the correct size gloves, put on a new apron and plastic sleeves, apply hand sanitizer to the gloves, and proceed to line assignment. Leaving the production area. Walk over to the exit sign, remove plastic apron and gloves over the garbage can. Proceed through the boot wash area, washing the bottoms of your boots. Hang your smock on a hook in the smock area and exit the production room. Smocks are not to be worn in break room, restroom, smoking area, offices, or maintenance shops. Clean your gloves. To prevent any kind of contamination, change and sanitize your gloves every time you change activities, touch hair or skin, touch clothing, touch a dirty object, or touch your safety glasses. Personal hygiene. Your fingernails must be trimmed, no more than 1/16 inch long, clean, and nails can be measured by a thickness of a penny. No nail polish, no acrylics, or false nails are allowed at any time. Cuts. Cuts must be covered by a brightly covered metal detectable bandage and with a brightly colored finger cut provided by the company. Bandages on hands must be covered by 2 gloves, one on top of the other. When changing the bandage, finger cut gloves, and bandage must be removed over the garbage can outside of the production room. If the wound cannot be covered by one bandage, a second bandage may be applied. However, if the bleeding seeps through the second bandage, the employee will be sent home or to the hospital. Just to recap, hairnets and beard nets are mandatory at all times in temperature-controlled areas. Temperature-controlled areas are the coolers, freezers, production room, mezzanine, thaw room, and packaging. Basically anywhere in the plant except offices and break rooms and restroom. Do not tie your hairnet so that it fits your head better. It is to protect the food, not to be a fashion statement. Remove your hairnets and beard nets before entering the smoking area and before leaving the building. No baseball caps are allowed. Only caps with 1 inch or less bill are allowed at SK. Never remove hairnets or beard nets while in the production area. Safety glasses. Safety glasses should be worn by all employees and visitors in all temperature control areas at all times. Boots. Boots must be worn by all temporary and full-time employees before entering the production area. Disposable booties are available for visitors and should be worn before entering the production area. Boots have to be washed and sanitized upon entering the production floor. Boots cannot be taken out of the building, and each employee is responsible for cleaning their boots. When wearing boots, shuffle in wet or slippery areas to avoid any falls. Cutting tools. Company issued cutting tool devices only, never tools from home. Boxes will be opened with a box cutter provided by the company. Bags containing food will be opened with a clean knife provided by the company itself. Hazard analysis critical control point. Principle 1. Hazard analysis performed to control for chemical hazard, biological hazard, and physical hazards. Principle 2. Critical control points. Our first critical control point is temperature. Our processing areas and coolers 1 and 2 stay at or below 40 degrees Fahrenheit and cannot exceed 44.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Our second critical control point is a metal detector. Every product is passed through a metal detector before packaging. SK Food Group has 2 critical control points. Temperature 44.6 degrees Fahrenheit is our CCP. If any production areas or any product is above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, let QA know immediately. Metal detection. If you see a metal detector that is not working, let QA know immediately. The big 8 allergens: milk, eggs, soy, wheat, peanuts, tree nuts, shellfish, and finfish. Allergies to these items can cause serious illness or death. There are no acceptable minimums. A small amount could be an issue. To ensure food safety, there are restrictions on what products can run after one another. Tuna or the vegan burger must be on the least items produced on that line for that day. After production, a full sanitation cycle must be performed. When working on these lines, do not touch other products. Change smocks and plastics before touching any other products. All of the products that are inside the building have a label containing allergen items and description. All products, even after being decanted from their original packaging, carry an allergen sticker on their bins. Tree nut allergens include but are not limited to almond, Brazil nut, cashew, chestnut, coconut, hazelnut or filbert, macadamia nut, pecan, pine nut, pistachio, or walnuts. SK Food Group's pest control program is very important. It is very important that you always keep the door closed, and if you see an insect or animal inside the building, inform QA right away. We used a few different traps around the facility. Food defense and safety. Food defense is the only way to prevent intentional contamination for the food by someone wanting to hurt the company or the public who will consume the food. Food safety is the prevention of unintentional contamination of the products produced. As always, securing the plant from unwelcome visitors is very important. Always ask questions if you see something out of the ordinary. For example, a person that you don't recognize that's walking around the plant. Advise your on-site manager or representative, security, or a lead. Leads in the warehouse are recognized by the green hairnets. Everything we do is to support the safety of the food. Bug lights. You will find these around the facility on the walls. These are monitored on a regular basis. If you see one that is not lit up, please plug it in or let QA know. Please don't touch the lights. Outside traps. The same applies for our traps around the plant. Do not ever open or touch the bait. It could cause a fatal if opened by untrained professionals. Tin cat traps. These are found all around the inside of the plant for rodent control. Each tin cat trap has a coinciding number on the wall. If you find one that has been moved away from the wall, just take your foot and push it back in its place under the right number. Traps must be pushed up against the walls to be effective. FIRST, or first. Always follow the first rule. Follow company food defense procedures. Inspect your work and surrounding areas. Recognize anything out of the ordinary. Secure all ingredients, supplies, and finished products. Tell management if you see anything suspicious. Nitrogen SOP. Please take a few moments to take out your nitrogen SOP. Nitrogen SOP. Please take a few moments to take out your nitrogen SOP. SK Food Group uses liquid nitrogen to quickly freeze many of its products. If used incorrectly, liquid nitrogen can be unsafe, as exposure to skin can cause frostbite. Excessive vapors of nitrogen can also be harmful, as they reduce the amount of oxygen in the air. In extreme cases, this can cause asphyxiation. Product that has been frozen using liquid nitrogen may also present dangers of frostbite. To mitigate these dangers, the following procedure has been enacted to protect workers. All employees must be trained on nitrogen awareness and safety. Employees working downstream from the nitrogen tunnels must wear appropriate PPE, personal protective equipment, for the inspector position, handling product immediately exiting the nitrogen tunnel. This consists of insulated gloves covering in plastic gloves. Approved insulated gloves are pictured at the right. Employees must sign for gloves before receiving them and are responsible to return them when they have completed the task of inspector. Plastic gloves must be worn underneath and covering the insulated gloves to protect against cross-contamination. Employees must stand in designated areas only. Employees must stand on the downstream side of the conveyor control panel at all times when working as inspector. Employees shall never reach into the nitrogen tunnel or open any of the tunnel latch doors unless trained in doing so. Never hold metal or product that has spent time in the nitrogen tunnel. Only arrange the product so that the build sequence is acceptable. Production supervisors shall ensure that their employees follow the above procedure. If excessive vapors appear, contact your supervisor and step away from the line. If employees have any questions, they should direct themselves to the nearest lead or supervisor, identified by wearing a green-colored hairnet. Employees not following this SOP will be disciplined following SK Food Group guidelines. The goal for SK Food Group is that all employees work safely. Please help us achieve this goal. Safety is our #1 priority, and please remember to always work downstream from the nitrogen tunnels. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please always ask your leads, your supervisors, or your on-site representative. Congratulations on being part of the LaborMax team. You are now ready and prepared to work for SK Food Group. Please remain seated and you will be joined by your on-site manager to answer any questions.